guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Wendy and this is Will's Mountain Homestead if you are new. And today it's beautiful outside and it is a great day to start planting our potatoes and a lot of our brassicas. So stay with me today and I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it, and what we're expecting for our final outcome. So let's go. We till our garden beds in every spring. So I do it section by section and I only plow or till what we're actually planting. So I don't disturb anything else other than the plot that we're using at that time. And you can see that it is nice, rich, fertile soil. And I already have 2 rows that are trenched to place our potatoes in. We purchase our potato seed typically every couple of years, and this year we went with Yukon Gold. So that's what we're going to be growing this year. They come in bags like this. And there are 2 ways that you can plant these into the ground. The first way is the trench that we dug. You can just place your potato in just like that. You don't have to do anything to it. But if you examine this potato, you're going to see these little nodes right here and right here, and there's some on this end here too. Those are called eyes. If you cut this potato into sections, you're going to get more yield. So what I opt to do is cut them into chunks, making sure that each piece that I cut out has part of an eye on it. So I may cut this into 4 pieces, then I will get 4 separate plants versus just 1. Okay guys, along with our Yukon Gold potatoes, we are throwing in just a handful of these purple potatoes. Look at how gorgeous they are. These are Adirondack Blues, and they are great for roasting. Look at the color of those. But I don't can them, so that's why I don't have too many of them, just a few. But they're just pretty purple. And just be careful because they will bleed on you when you cut these open, so you don't want to stain your clothing. But look at how pretty purple that is. I'm hoping you can see my trench right there the whole way down, and it should be in a pretty, well, it is kind of crooked at the end. I can't make a straight line, okay? No judgment here. But we're just gonna put our potatoes in that trench that I have dug out. So I don't spend money on fancy markers for in my garden. I go down to the creek bed and get rocks or break off limbs that have already been busted off to mark my rows so I know where they're at until they actually start popping up. So I have this rock here. I'm just gonna place it right in the ground, so at the beginning of my row, so that I know exactly where my row starts. If you are new to this, what you're gonna do is take the eye and plant it directly up. You don't wanna turn your eyes upside down. So you want your eyes facing towards the sky, because these little guys are gonna be looking for the sunlight. So whenever you cover these up with dirt, that's where your plant is gonna form from, or from these little guys. So make sure that these are facing up. See, just like that, my eyes are up. And I space these just a few inches apart, and we'll do that the whole way down the entire row. Just like that. And this is my row, my not so straight row of potatoes. Once you have your potatoes in, you need to take some type of a rake or hoe and come in and fill over top of the potatoes. Cover them with just an inch or 2 of soil and then pack them down. Just like that. That's it. We'll do that the whole way down that row and then part way on the other row. Once your potatoes start to sprout, and you'll see they're gonna start getting bigger and bigger, you're gonna wanna do what is called hilling your potatoes. And all you're gonna do is come in with dirt or mulch or whatever. You can even go down the middle of the row and scoop dirt up on the side of the plant. All you're doing is creating a space for your potatoes to grow. and your plant's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So every couple weeks, come in, hill it up again, and just keep doing this until your flowers start and they die off, and then you can start looking for your potatoes. Now that we have our potatoes in the ground, let's talk watering. I do not water my potatoes unless we are in a severe drought. And we have had so much rain lately that I think we're gonna be good for a while. I don't put any water on them whatsoever until I can see that the plant is starting to become stressed, and then I will. But other than that, you guys, they do pretty fine without a whole lot of water. The other day I brought you guys down and showed you my raised bed that has all of my lettuces and onions in it. And I just want to show you the difference in just a couple of days, what that makes whenever you give it the right climate, the right temperature, enough watering, and what happens. So let's look. These plants look so much bigger and healthier than they did just a few days ago. And down in here, my radishes have come up, which is really, really good and exciting. Let me get that out. That's exciting. We can thin those out here in a little bit. Our onions are doing really well. And if I come on down, you'll notice that my beets have sprouted. They have germinated. So have my carrots. And my peas have also germinated as well. Now I have a cattle panel here behind me that once these get big enough, I will train these to climb on and attach to this cattle panel, and then they will grow up. The second raised bed that I have some plants in, not a whole lot, but I do have some. Those are some of my calendula that I started from seed, along with one of my poppies. I have 2 artichokes, and then I have all of my Swiss chard that I'm growing in the back section. And I removed this plastic to give it, fresh air, let the wind hit it, let them develop strong leaves. And then I cover them up at night and attach them with either, like down here I have clothespins. I will attach it with a clothespin or the hooks that came with the bent panels themselves. And that really does the trick to protect them from any frost damage that we may have over the evening hours. All right, I am waiting until evening time to plant my brassicas, and I am wearing gloves. That way they're not going to take the brunt of the heat for the first day out. So they're just gonna get the late evening sun and then have their first overnight out in the garden. So we're planting cabbage, broccoli, and cauliflower. In total, we have 8 broccoli, 4 cauliflower, and then 8 cabbages. Typically, I plant 3 to 4 rows of potatoes, and last year I planted so many. I have so many downstairs that are left in my root cellar. This year, I don't feel the need to have to plant quite as many rows, giving me the opportunity to plant different things like more broccoli, more cauliflower, that kind of thing. So that's what we're doing. And the potatoes that I plant, I use to can just basic potatoes. I will do French fries and freeze those, hash browns and freeze them. And then I will use them in, like if I can deer stew or vegetable soup, I will use my potatoes out of my garden for that too. So that gives you some ideas of how to think ahead as to what your family likes to eat and kind of get a game plan as when canning season comes, what can we use these potatoes for? Thank you so much for watching today. You guys, get your potatoes in the ground, it's time. And I hope your gardens are successful this year for you. Take care, God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye.